In this video, I'm going to fit one of the new AE models micro stay alives into a Bachmann 03 shunter with factory DCC sound. At the end of the video, I'll do a small review of the stay alive and let you know my thoughts on it. Start by prising off the two couplings and taking out the screws underneath them. You can then lift the body off and take out the 4 screws which hold it together. You then need to separate the body into 2 pieces so that you can access the cab. Use a prising tool to release the clips so that you can remove the cab. At first I wasn't sure which of the 2 AE model stay alives I was going to use, so I tried the bigger one first but couldn't really find a place to put it. I settled on the new smaller one, which was only released this week. I held this in place using sticky dots. These don't soften if the parts get warm, which is useful for things like stay alives and decoders. To make it harder to see through the windows, I covered it over with a piece of black insulation tape. You can refit the cab. Make sure that the contacts for the light go through the holes where they're supposed to go, otherwise you won't have a working cab light later. Cut the plug off the stay alive and tin the ends of the wire ready to solder later. You can now connect the 2 pieces of the body back together using the 4 screws. The stay alive solders onto the 2 terminals under the circuit board marked V+ and V-. You can refit the circuit board and put the 2 screws back in, and then refit the decoder. This is one of the Bachmann factory fitted sound models, so comes with a Zimmer Micro Next 18 decoder. Refit the body carefully, making sure that you don't trap the wires for the stay alive. As you can see, once the body's back on, it's almost impossible to see that there's a stay alive in here. It sits well below the window line. It's the first time that I've used one of these AE models micro stay alives, and I'm really impressed with it. They're perfect for decoders which use a 2-wire stay alive, such as Zimmer and Hornby HM7000. I've used the big one before and found that to be very good too. Both of them can either be soldered like I did in this video, or you can plug them straight into a Hornby HM7000 decoder. They already come with the correct plug fitted. This new design is a great idea. Having the capacitors on wires allows you to spread them around the model to maximise the space. Because it's so small, I wasn't sure how much energy it would store. You'll see in a minute though just how long the loco can run from the stay alive. If you're using a lock sound decoder, I'd still recommend using a 3-wire stay alive such as the Trenomatic one. Otherwise you could have problems in the future if you ever needed to reblow the sound, or make any other changes to it using a lock programmer. You'd have to disconnect the stay alive first, which would mean going back inside the model. All the stay alives mentioned in the video are available from the Roads and Rails website. We've also got services where we can fit stay alives for you, either to models which you send us, or to decoders which you buy in, so that you can fit them yourself at home without needing to solder. The final thing to do is to show you how long this stay alive will last once I lift the loco off the track. If you found this video useful, please press the like button below and subscribe to the channel if you don't already.